Hello everyone, William Johnson here. Here's another rhythm that we can play on the Cajon in 3/4. So it goes like this. All right, now I've talked about 3/4 before in a typical pop rock pattern, and there was another groove, which I'll put a link in the description below, where I mentioned oftentimes you'll hear rhythms in 3/4 in the pop rock context where the snare is played on beat 3. This is a little bit different. Now we're playing in 3, so we're not playing in common time here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So sometimes for some people, playing in 3/4 can be a little bit trippy. Here's another groove that is really neat, I like, and you can hear it on Citizens Be Thou My Vision. I'm going to give you a skeleton of the groove, but again, it goes like this. Boom, boom. Okay, now here's the skeleton. If you can play this frame, like the framework of it, you can add these other variations that I'm doing and play this groove. All right, there's basically 4 notes in the groove that I'm going to give you. Okay, it's going to go like that. I'm going to play it rather slowly, then explain them. Okay, now I'm playing 4 different notes. Basically what I'm doing is playing, and I'll tell you each one on the count. So the pattern starts over after 3 beats. Those beats are quarter notes. The time it takes me to count the 3 quarter notes, boom, tap, boom, tap, boom, tap, boom, tap, boom, tap, boom, tap. The time it takes me to count the 3 quarter notes, the rhythm is starting over. Okay, so the first note is a bass, and I'm going to play with my right hand. You can switch it with your left. Playing with my right hand on beat 1. The second note is on the last 16th note. Okay, it's in 3, but these notes that are played on this rhythm are felt in 16th notes. All right, so we count those as 1 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, because we're playing in 3, not 4. And that's what's trippy often about playing in 3/4, because if we're used to common time or 4/4, we want to add this extra beat. Or if we're used to playing in 2/4, we may not want to add that extra beat. Okay, so the second beat is 1 E and a. Okay, so first on beat 1, bass note, 1 E and a, snare on the of 1. So let's play those 2 notes and count to 3 and do that as a pattern in a loop. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 1 E and a. Those are the first 2. The third beat is right after 2. It's the first 16th note after 2. Okay? 1 E and a, 2 E. All right? Now, there's a couple of different ways we could play this groove. We can play it there, or we could play it later on the and. All right? So I'm going to show you this way, and then I'll show you the other way. It's just 2 different grooves. Okay? 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. So that third note, that bass drum, it kind of gives a little bit of a funky lilt there. Boom, tap, boom, boom, tap, boom, tap, boom, boom, tap. All right? Be thou my vision. We use some onomatopoeia. Be thou my vision. Be thou my vision. Okay? That's another way that we can memorize a groove instead of using numbers and counting. I'll get to that in a second. The last note is a snare on the and of 3. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 1 E and a. Let's play that all together. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and, or 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and then it starts over and over. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E, or 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 2 E and 3 E and, sorry. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and so that after 2 beat, it might be a little tricky, but I'll show you how to play a stripped down different version of this, okay, where we move it to a different place. All right, so that's the skeleton of the beat. Now we can add some variation to it by adding 2 notes at the end of the beat. All right, the trippy thing about this is getting used to counting in 3 if you're not. So there's a couple ways, if you stick around to the end of this video, that I'll give you that you could practice that will really help you out. All right, so the first variation is adding a second snare at the end before we start the groove over. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and, or 3 E and okay, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and or 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and we can loop this groove around. Okay, you notice the first time I play with 1 snare, the second time da da. Beat got my vision, beat got my vision, da da. All right. So if you play that groove, you can basically get a handle on the beat. All right. Now there's a couple other ways that we can play this. We, instead of playing 1 E and 2 E, we can play on the and. All right. So we can play 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and all right. It's a little it might be easier for you to play that way. It doesn't have that same boom ta boom ta boom ta boom pa boom da boom da da. Instead it's boom ta boom, or boom ta boom ta boom da 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 boom ta boom da 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 boom ta boom da da da. So that boom, that second bass note, comes slightly later, so it doesn't peak out as fast, right? It might not feel as funky, but it still works, okay? As a groove, still nice to feel to play it that way. So those are a couple different ways. Now we can add another variation where we are playing 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and we can also add a couple more bass notes. We can play on the 3, beat 3, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and it's a little tricky for me to slow down, count it, and explain it to you. But the variation that we're adding now is adding extra bass notes. We can also add the bass note on the 2 E and then go and 3. So the of 2, 1 E and 2 E and bass, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 3. So that's another variation. Boom ta boom ba boom tit tit boom ta boom ba boom tit tit, or just a skeleton. Boom ta boom ta boom ta boom ta boom ta boom. So a couple things that make this very difficult is, again, getting used to counting to 3. But also, this is a subdivided beat, meaning we're counting 3/4 notes and then the pattern starts over, but the rhythms are 16th, they're played as 16th notes. So I'm subdividing the beat. I'm dividing the beat into 16th notes. There's 16th notes swimming around in that space and span of 3/4 notes. So I'm not just counting the 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm also counting the subdivision. And a good exercise is turning on a metronome, put it in 3/4, and count the 16th notes. I know you know how to count, but we're moving from the subconscious to the conscious. We're being intentional and making it so that by default, if we go on autopilot and we stop counting, we can still count in 3 just as naturally as we count in 4. So I'm going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and a 2E and 3E and a boop boom boop. See, so I'm not just going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1E and. I'm not just counting the quarter notes. I'm counting the 16th notes. So this is just another groove that you can play in 3/4. Boom, dot, boom, boom, dot, boom, dot, boom, boom, dot. 1E and a 2E and a 1E, 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a. All right, it's another way to play. Hopefully this is helpful. Thank you for watching. God bless you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you, and I'll see you soon.